everyone, welcome back to Risa Does Makeup. It is time for March 2019's Beauty Favorites and Fails. Every month I feel like I have a lot of things to show you, but this month I definitely have a lot to show, more than I think usual. So I'm going to go through them pretty quickly. I'm not going to do a lot of swatching. I will do more putting pictures on the screen. I just think that will be the better way to go because many of these things I've talked about before, I've swatched them before, or you've probably seen in other YouTube videos tons of times already. Speaking of a product you've probably seen a lot of in the last month is the Natasha Denona Biba palette. This is definitely a favorite of mine. I had actually been waiting for Natasha Denona to bring out an everyday neutral palette. And I did use this every single day for probably the first week that I had it. And then I discovered a dupe for it, which is the e.l.f. New Classics. So this is another favorite. I did do a demonstration on how I achieved an almost identical look on my eyes using each one of these palettes, one on one eye and one on the other. That was my most recent Fab Finds Friday video. I will link that video in the description if you are interested in seeing these on my eyes. But these are both absolute favorites of mine. I have also been really enjoying a more recent purchase, which is the MAC Boom Boom Bloom eyeshadow palette. It's actually what I have on my eyes right now. Of course, the first thing I was drawn to was the packaging. I love anything frilly and floral, if you can't tell. And the colors in this are so stunning and springy. I've used this whole row on my eyes today, as well as these two shades in the corner, these two shimmers. They are a lot more pigmented than I expected them to be. I have another ×9 palette from MAC, and I don't find the pigment to be that great, so I was hesitant. When I started seeing other YouTubers using it in tutorials, and I would see on Instagram little mini tutorials, it seemed like it had really good pigment. And then when I swatched it at the store, I was sold. And since I was just telling you what I had on my eyes, let me finish telling you what I have on the rest of my face, which are also favorites. This is the Nudestix Nudies all over face color, and the shade is in the nude. I have it on my cheeks. I am really into cream blushes lately. I just feel like, well, first of all, I watched the Scott Barnes and Tati video, like I'm sure many of you did as well. I am not someone who only recently jumped on the Scott Barnes bandwagon. I have been a fan of his for 20+ years. I own his books. I even carried his original makeup line in my makeup boutique that I used to have in Rochester, Minnesota. It was one of the first lines that said yes to us that would be carried in our store. I had all of the brushes, the eye ices. He had these beautiful blush palettes that had 3 different colors in them. He had this cream blush that was amazing. The powders that he used in Tati's video, I'm guessing those have been reformulated, but I had those powders back in the day. I had the body bling. That was one of our #1 sellers at my store, was the body bling, which is the lotion with the shimmer that he used on Tati. And I mean, his work, he just makes every client of his look so amazing. Scott really loves to work with cream products. In fact, at the time I sold his original line, there was no liquid foundation. He does have a liquid foundation. I think it's called Multimedia. He has that now, but back in 2008, 2009-ish, he did not have a liquid foundation. It was cream only, or there might have been a powder foundation too. No, I think it was just cream. But anyway, that was my long-winded and drawn-out way of saying that I have been getting into creams, a few months before I saw that video, but then seeing that video just kind of solidified my wanting to try other cream products. And I had heard so much about these Nudestix from other makeup artists I follow, like Mary Phillips. This color in the nude gives you a beautiful peachy nude glow. It's so creamy. You can also use it on the lips. It's a multi-purpose stick. It has this little brush thing on the end where you can blend it in. I've just been using my fingers. I've just kind of been rubbing it on my cheeks and blending it with my fingers. and it stays on all day, even on my very oily skin. I'm just really loving this product. And then on my lips is one of my favorite lip combos, especially going into spring. This is also from the Boom Boom Bloom collection. This is called Hi Fructease. And then I've topped it with the gloss called For the Frill of It. And this is a light pearly pink with some shimmer. So that's what I currently have on my lips, but another lip combo that I've been wearing a lot lately, I'm gonna post a picture of myself wearing this combo. This is the Gerard Cosmetics lip liner in Cher, which is something that I've owned for several years now. It's a mauvey brown liner, and I'll show it to you in just a second. And then I pair it with this Bobbi Brown crushed liquid lip in the shade Juicy Date. And these crushed liquid lipsticks are not your typical dry, matte liquid lipstick. They have a shine to them, but they're a lot more long wearing than a traditional gloss. It's really a unique formula, I think, and I'm definitely going to be picking up some other colors. Now, going back to that Scott Barnes and Tati video, I did buy a couple of things that were used, and one of them is this lip gloss from Victoria Duke. It is actually the gloss he used on Tati. It's in the shade Hottie, and I'd never heard of Victoria Duke before, but I just thought it was a beautiful color, so of course I had to go check it out. And this color is just a beautiful pale peachy pink shimmer. It's not quite clear. It does have that pinky peach base, and the shimmers in it give your lips a really full, sparkly look. And as you can see, that Gerard Cosmetics lip liner stays on pretty well because I'm having a hard time getting rid of it. You can still sort of see it there. It is truly a gorgeous gloss. I've worn it on its own, like they showed in the video. I've also worn it over many lip colors. I have one more lip product favorite, but there is a caveat with this. I cannot stand the smell of it. I love the color and I love the way this looks on my lips, but they need to do something about the scent. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Latex Liquid Lip or Liquid Latex Lip, and it's in the shade Berry Nude. Berry Nude? Yeah, Berry Nude. I had read the reviews on Sephora.com that said there was a pretty offensive scent to these. But I'm usually not that picky about scents. I'm not often that turned off by scents, but this one really is not good. It smells like a bad combination of paint and sandalwood perfume, and it lingers. So that's the trouble. Sometimes there are lip products that you apply, maybe they don't have the best scent, but it sort of dissipates as you wear it. This does not go away. I could smell it around me as I wore it throughout the night, and I've never had that before. The color, as I said, is just absolutely stunning. I love the formula. There are other colors in this line that I would definitely purchase, or I thought about purchasing, but I can't with the scent. So please, Charlotte, reformulate these without the scent and maybe bring out even more colors. Speaking of things that don't have the best scent, but work well, I purchased this mask from Herbivore. It's called the Blue Tansy Resurfacing Clarity Mask. This had has amazing reviews on Sephora. I bought this because I didn't really have any masks that I was loving. So I saw the amazing reviews and I like that this is a clean, natural product. On the box, it says a truly natural mask that gently clarifies acne-prone skin with fruit enzymes, white willow bark, aloe, and blue tansy essential oil to soothe the appearance of redness. And I used this the first time and I was a little concerned because it is so runny and I didn't know it was supposed to be as runny as it is. So I DM'd the company on Instagram and I asked them if this is what it was supposed to look like, and they said yes. And I had some other followers also DM me and say, yeah, that's what it looks like. And it does. Oh my God. It's very effective. I love the way my skin looks after I use this. My pores look tightened, my skin is super smooth, and there's no redness. My makeup goes on beautifully. It's a great mask if you can get past the smell. And the worst part about it was that, like that lip gloss, it lingers. I went back into my bathroom hours later and it still smelled like this. So I have a love-hate relationship with this product. All right, now let's talk about things that smell good. On my Mother's Day or birthday wish list, both of them are in May, I have the Labo Rose 31 perfume and body lotion. I was given a sample of this. I went to an event at Nordstrom several months ago, a beauty event, and one of the things I received in my goodie bag was a sample pack of the best-selling Labo fragrances. And my favorite is this Rose 31. I'm not usually a florally perfume wearer. That's typically not my favorite. I like more musky, almost more masculine scents. And surprisingly, none of the more masculine scents that were in that sample pack really appealed to me. They're all pretty strong, but they're very long lasting. Because I am absolutely horrible at describing scents, I'm just gonna read you some of the notes. It is described as a woody floral musk fragrance for women and men. Rose 31 was launched in 2006. Top notes are rose and cumin. Middle notes are rose, vetiver, and cedar. Base notes are musk, olibanum, labdanum, and agarwood. I don't know what any of those things are. All I know is that it smells beautiful. It lasts all day on me. I've received many, many compliments when I've worn it, and it's expensive, so that's why it's hopefully going to be a gift for me. I received the lotion when I stayed at the Fairmont Hotel. I think it was in Newport Beach a while ago. I've had this under my sink for a while, never used it. And then when I realized that I loved the perfume, I thought, wait a second, I believe I have a body lotion. Just so you know, if you ever stay at a Fairmont Hotel, there's a chance they could have Le Labo in the bathroom. Something else that smells great that I recently discovered is this Sonia Kashuk brush cleaner. I was in need of a new brand of brush cleaner because I used to use the Japonesque and I would purchase it at my local Ulta. But for some reason, all of the Ultas near my house stopped selling it in store. I haven't checked to see if they sell it online, but it doesn't even matter anymore because I discovered this one from Sonia Kashuk and I love it. It cleans my brushes so well. It dries so quickly. So it's great for when you're in between colors or if you want to clean your brushes, but you don't have time to really deep clean them and let them dry overnight. They dry so quickly. So if you're a freelance makeup artist, this is a great product and it smells amazing. I was down here one day in my filming area cleaning all my brushes and I went upstairs and I came back down and this whole basement smelled so good. It smelled like this cleanser and it's so good. I think I've said that 5 times, but it really is that good. All right, I almost forgot about one of my favorites, the Olaplex No. 6 Bond Smoother. Many of you know I use the Olaplex shampoo and conditioner, and my stylist uses the salon-only products when she does my hair color. I have the step 3 at-home treatment. Yeah, that's step 3. And then 4 and 5 are the shampoo and conditioner that I've been using and loving and recommending. And they finally came out with this Bond Smoother. It's a leave-in. It's a reparative styling cream that eliminates frizz, hydrates, and protects. I'm loving this. I use about a nickel size amount before I blow dry my hair. And a lot of you have been commenting on the way my hair looks lately. Obviously it's curled today, but in the past couple of videos, I've had it blown out with my Revlon styler that I am obsessed with. So between this and that styler, I have been getting amazing, voluminous, smooth, healthy, shiny hair. I still really like my Oribe smoothing cream, but this is a little less expensive, I believe, and it works just as well. And I feel like it gives me even more smoothness and more shine. Okay, that's all for my favorites. And my fails, I don't really know if you could call them fails. They're more like, meh, not that excited about them, probably wouldn't recommend them. It's not like the Blue Tansy or the Latex where there's something that I don't like about them, but I'm still gonna use them anyway. These, actually, I'm probably still gonna use, let me tell you what I'm talking about before I keep babbling. This is the IT Confidence in a Foundation. I used this in a Get Ready With Me when I first got it a couple weeks ago, and when I first applied it, I'm in the shade Medium Honey. When I first applied it, I was saying how yellow it looked, but a lot of you that saw that video and commented were right. I agree that it actually ended up looking pretty decent with my overall skin tone. It ended up working is what I'm trying to say. And it does look beautiful when it's first applied. And it has great coverage, and everything about this one would think would be ideal for someone with my skin type. Someone who is very oily, prefers an oil-free foundation with a velvet matte finish that lasts all day. I just thought it sounded great, so I bought it. And I like the way it looks when it's first applied, but I feel super, super oily after a few hours. It stays on, but it just makes me feel very sort of greasy. And I will use this. I have used this for filming because it does look good on camera. Photographs great, but as far as wearing it to any events or when I need my makeup to look flawless, and especially going into summer when I get even more oily, it's definitely not gonna work. And I'm just not a fan. And lastly, it's the Naked Reloaded palette. I don't hate this either. I just don't love it. To me, it doesn't look or feel like a $44 eyeshadow palette. The pigmentation is not the best, and I usually really like my Urban Decay palettes. I still have my original Naked palette, and I love it. I have Naked 2, I have Naked 3. The only palette I don't have is the Naked Smoky. It's not that it's a bad palette or that it's horrible quality, although some of the shades I find to be very dry and they were sort of difficult to blend. It's just not something that I'm gonna reach for or that I would recommend if somebody asked me, hey Risa, I have $50 to spend on a good eyeshadow palette, something that I can use every single day that contains some nice neutrals. What do you recommend? I can pretty much say with confidence that this palette would not be it. Okay, I feel like I've been filming for 2 hours. For me, that was a lot of favorites. I usually don't have that many, do I? I don't think so. But I really hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, I really appreciate you giving the video a thumbs up and leave me a comment. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. I would love to have you as part of the Risa Does Makeup family. You can also find me on Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook and Twitter, although I very rarely use Twitter and I very rarely use Snapchat. Did I even say Snapchat? I'm very rarely on Snapchat anymore, but I am on Instagram and Facebook, so look for me there. My username is @RisaDoesMakeup on all of those platforms. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon.